Last time on Dragon Ball New Age, Goten and Piccolo were able to help Vegeta stave off death for the moment. But having one last ace up his sleeve, Vegeta tells the others to keep his brother busy for a single minute, and he will unleash an attack even he can't avoid. Trunks repeats, "Get him in the air, you said." His dad confirms. He hasn't been able to focus a blast like this yet. Aiming it near the earth will not end well. Piccolo promises they will see to getting him his minute, though any longer than that isn't guaranteed. Now! Idiotic dolts. I've only got one shot at this! I won't have the strength for a second try!
What's this? What is he doing? His space unit power has plummeted, but those spheres, they're generating an S+ reading and climbing rapidly.
Is this the best you can do? Pathetic! With a single blow, Rigor knocks our heroes to the dirt, even sending Goten and Trunks back to their regular forms. Calling this resistance pitiful, the invader can't believe even the mightiest warriors of this world are befell by one hit. In his head, Piccolo knows only 30 seconds have passed, so that means they only have to make it another 30. The Dragon team takes their time getting back to their feet and returning to Super Saiyan form, as their aggressor taunts them to be careful as they don't want to push themselves. Piccolo contacts the boys telepathically, urging they both listen to him. When Rigor mocks if they have any more pointless assaults planned, then Namekian barely lets out a smile to assure, maybe just one more. Without the strategy further explained, he tells them, on his mark, to give it everything they've got, no holding back. Go! Amazingly able to catch the brute off guard, he's launched into the air. Little does he know, that's exactly where they want him. He commends the trio he wasn't expecting teleportation. And for weaklings, at least they're creative. Ready to unleash his ultimate attack, a combination of his Final Flash, Atomic Flash, and Final Shine techniques. Using the remainder of his power. Vegeta laughs out he finally got him, asking how he liked that. And with the Saiyan now floating above the earth, is this really the end of Rigor? The gang walks over to their ally to help him back up. Piccolo hands it to him, and that was pretty impressive. Who can only struggle to chuckle, it sure as heck wasn't easy. Separi knows full well her husband is perfectly fine, as she wonders what kind of game is he playing. Thinking, Rigor knows that was way too close, trying to figure out where Vegeta could have gotten such power. It's been ages since anyone has hit him like that. However, he tells his brother he can grow his power all he wants. It'll never compare with his own, as he is the legendary Saiyan and can't be beaten. He screams to himself that his power has no equal, his rage no bounds, and he will see justice served in punishing Vegeta for his crimes. He will die on this day. At last, we check in on Goku and the others back with Korin. Gohan asks everyone what that light was just now, while Oob admits he doesn't know. He feels like it shook the entire atmosphere. Goku remains uncharacteristically quiet. He tries to think why Vegeta's ki suddenly dropped right after it became so much stronger. And that other ki, referring to Rigor, he can't help but feel something's not right about it. Holding his father upright, Trunks questions Piccolo what now. His dad is too weak to stand, let alone fly, who tells him to carry him back to Korin's. With any luck, he'll have some senzu beans. Dende may be gone for the moment, but those should do the trick. Goten inquires what about her? But he doesn't think she'll be causing any trouble as they're all far stronger. When he notices she's been staring up into the sky for a while now, causing them to see Rigor survived. Barreling back down to the earth, our heroes can't believe it. His wife jostles these guys seem to be roughing him up a little and reminds him to keep up his guard, though he appears well aware. He commends his brother's efforts, now seeing his own arrogance got the better of him, and he's been fighting sloppy. He may have actually gotten him with that previous attack had he not caught it at the last moment. But judging by his present condition, it's clear he has no cards left to play. Aware he expended the entirety of his energy on that blast. Sensing what's going on, Goku knows Vegeta is bottomed out and won't be able to defend himself. Just as Korin manages to rustle up a couple of Senzu beans, tossing the bag over to him. Thanking his former mentor, he yells for Oob and Gohan to grab hold of him. Slowly beginning to walk towards him. Although Rigger just seconds ago called himself out for being too arrogant, he again begins to taunt our heroes, mockingly confused why they've gone from fighting for their lives to merely standing around waiting for death to come, frustrated with how boring this is going to be. Separi mirrors this through the satisfied smile on her face. She comments on what a dull ending this ended up since they finally run out of miracles. Which turns out to be a poor choice of words, as her scouter picks up on yet another power. Shifting to face the new fighters. Vegeta's relieved to find his old rival fashionably late as usual. Getting his first glance at the stranger, he too notices how he looks just like Vegeta, who scopes out his new opponents. Rigger can feel 2 of the 3 of them have Saiyan auras, curious just how many of their kind truly survived. Moments later, the Senzu brought by Goku are gone. Goku and Vegeta, realizing their powers are the only ones capable of facing Rigger, tell Gohan and the others to watch from a distance. Now stand just the 3 full-blooded Saiyans. Vegeta figures the others should be far enough away by now, so Goku asks how bad off they are with this fight. Scoffing, the prince rolls his eyes at how typical it is of him to inquire about the silver lining. He doesn't have one. Whatever indication he's received about how powerful this guy is, it's at least twice that bad. Our hero wraps his head around this, figuring there's no use holding back then. To which his rival adds, if they want to live, that's not an option. If he has any advice at all to give, it's to go all or nothing from the start. Away. Gohan questions his longtime mentor if he thinks they can win. But Piccolo can't say for certain. This foe, he's in a different dimension than them altogether. His power is incredible. He explains how Trunks, Goten, and himself went against him with everything they had, and he just brushed him aside like nothing. Vegeta, even with Super Saiyan 4, also is no match alone, but he and Goku together might stand a slim chance. Whatever the case may be, the best opportunity for victory is right here and now, though he dreads the outcome nonetheless. Continuing to keep tabs, Separi Scouter alerts her that our hero's power is increasing rapidly. This tells her they're planning to go full throttle right out of the gate. As Rigger smirks, 3 hits, that's all you get. Vegeta now! Stopping the Z-Fighters simultaneously, Rigger snarls that's quite enough of this little game. Their free hits period has expired, feeling he's let them win long enough. Trunks, who felt their fathers had an edge, curses they were so close. The realization Rigger is only taunting him causes Gohan to lose hope altogether. He outright says they can't win. Expanding upon this, he calls this guy a monster. He's disguising his power almost perfectly, radically increasing his ki only at the moment of impact. It's so instantaneous that he can barely feel it. But in that moment, he can feel just how powerful he really is. His father and Vegeta knew they were outmatched going into this fight, but the level that guy's at, none of them have a chance at beating him. In the realm of the Kais, Old Kai watches on. It seems the old-timer was actually somewhat aware of his presence in the universe, as he grits his teeth blasting why he couldn't have just stayed on the other side of the galaxy. Kibito Kai inquires what they can do, knowing how bad this is. But there is nothing they can do, blaming himself for never telling Goku or Vegeta about Rigger because he wasn't a threat until now. He wanted to avoid this if at all possible. Had Rigger never learned about Vegeta, he'd have lived out his days on Bebit and none of this would be happening. But now that he knows Vegeta is alive, interrupting, his successor questions. They can win, right? Reminding this is Goku and Vegeta they're talking about. They've always come through before. And while that may be the case, and it wouldn't be the first time they've overcome seemingly impossible odds, at the moment, Rigger outmatches both of them in every way possible. He isn't normal. He is the legendary Saiyan of legend. The very best they can hope for is that they beat him as he is now, but should he unleash his ultimate power, Old Kaio fears that even Gogeta may fail to curb his wrath. With even the gods dropping the ball in this one, how will Goku and Vegeta overcome another threat that even old Kai is scared of?